Class Online School, where we discuss a lot of issues that affect our young ones, and where we discuss ways that can help parents, counselors, teachers to help our young ones as they move from the stage of being a teenager to adulthood. Today, in class, in our sex education corner today, I am going to address a question that one of my audience asks. The question goes thus. It says, children born to teen mothers or children born to adolescent mothers are more inclined to repeat their behavior. That's to say, children that their mother gave birth to them as a teenager end up becoming teen mothers. Some studies have proved that that's true, but still inconclusive. We cannot tell, but a number of factors make this instance look correct. I'll discuss a number of points why teen mothers end up giving birth to children who will become teen mothers. A number of factors. So please, if you are a teenager out there that have given birth to a child, see how this point will help you so that your child do not end up the way you ended. Or if you know of any like that, see how you can help this individual so that you can break that cycle. Let's look at some points that makes teenagers end up giving birth to children who will become teen mothers. 1. Negative parenting. See, they are not prepared. These teenagers are not prepared for parenting. So it just hits them hard. The pregnancy just come unplanned, unwanted, and here they found themselves becoming teen mothers. Parenting, why not yet developed. They were supposed to be children that are under their parents. They still need parental care, yet here they are becoming parents. What do they have to give? They have little or nothing to give to the child. So negative parenting, the quantity of love, the quantity of care, the attention, the bonding that comes with this is not there because the child doesn't know how to navigate unless there is an adult standing by to help this teenager. So one of the factors is negative parenting. A teenager doesn't know how to parent well, so the child is not even well guided. The child that this teen mother have given birth to have to go his or her own way. 2. Low income to take care of the child. Or secondly, let me take the second one like this. Most of the fathers, most of those who impregnate these teenagers don't take responsibility. Sometimes these fathers can be teenagers like them. They will run away. Some of them will abandon their fatherly role. Some that are impregnated by adults, these adults see that they cannot manage this teenager, so they run off. Or they can just agree, I'll just be bringing something to the table, but I'm not ready to marry this little girl. But when you were spoiling them, you didn't know they were a little girl. You've impregnated the girl, put the child, the teenager in the family line, you've abandoned the child. So the girl, most times, it is the girl that suffers. Now the girl is left with the responsibility of becoming a father and a mother at the same time. See how hard that becomes for the child. It's very hard for the child to comprehend. So they assume the role of a father and a mother, and they've not even assumed the role of taking care of themselves. How will they be able to handle this two role? Look at you as a father and mother in the home working as a team. It's not easy for you to take care of the child in the house. How much more a young girl in his teen taking care of a child all by herself? So fathers abandon their fatherly role for just these young girls. Low income to take care of the child. So when the income to take care of the child is not there, you see them hawking on the streets. You see them doing menial job. You see them being exposed and vulnerable to the society. The children they carry, they leave them at the mercy of neighbors. They leave them at the mercy of others. Please train my child for me so I can survive life. These children they give birth to are exposed to the harsh reality of the society. They are abused sexually. They are abused in all aspects of their life. Those who take care of them can just misuse them because they know that nobody is there to ask how. So these children, they lack love. Remember we are talking about why is it that most teenage mothers end up giving birth to children who will become teen in the future, who will become teen mothers in the future. That's another reason. And less bonding with their children. These teen mothers bond less with their children. Why? They see them as a threat. They see them as a problem. You see a child carrying his own baby crying. Why are you crying? I'm tired of this child. We've seen cases where you see teen mothers. The child is crying, the mother is crying. The mother, that's the teen mother, sees the child as a threat. And so that love, that bond, that care, that protection is not there. And when that child lacks that care, that protection, what happens? The child will grow up not knowing how to navigate through this whole scene. So he's left in the hands of strangers, and strangers can take advantages of them. You remember, life is not friendly that much. So there are a lot of people out there who are abusers. You see them abusing these children sexually. And so when they become sexually active at a very young age because they lack love and bonding from their mother, they seek for love elsewhere. And so when people give them little attention, they are going to fall prey. And what happens? At a young age, they're already sexually active because somebody have introduced them to that sexual way of life. Societal look. The society look at these teen mothers as failures, as spoiled children, as people who are not to be reckoned with. Be happy if your parents are there to support you as a teen mother and they are helping to guide you. You should be thankful to them. There are a lot of them out there. Their parents have abandoned them to themselves. That's what you want. Go. Suffer the consequences. So when they are left like that, wow, it becomes something else. The society look at them as nobody. They take advantage of them and their children. And so the children are looked down on. The children feel emotionally down. They don't feel love. So they still keep looking for love. In the quest of love, they fall into different hands. Okay? They are looking for love elsewhere. These mothers, number one reason is, you see those people who impregnate them at that young age, most of them don't end up marrying these teenagers. That's the truth. 80% or more don't marry these teenagers. Even if they are teen of their age, they don't end up marrying themselves. Or even if it is an adult, a young adult that impregnated them, they think they are not matured enough to be mothers. So they just leave them at their own mercy. So these teens end up giving birth to children out of wedlock, no love of a mate, no love and care from a mate, no parental role to the child. The teamwork that comes from father and mother to bring up the child did not, the teen did not see that. So the child, the teenage mother start looking for love elsewhere, and then in the expense of the child he has given birth to, she don't care whether the child gets love from her or not. What she's looking for is, she's looking for another man who will love and care for her. I wish I would look for another man that will love me, care for me. The love I did not have when I have this child, I want to look for it. So in the quest of looking for love, they neglect the one child they get bad at home. The child is there suffering for lack of care, attention, and emotional stability. So whenever the child gets that kind of care, the child feels, oh, this person is wonderful, and is exposed to the world. The children are exposed to sexual abuses. The mothers or the parents leave them behind in the hands of total strangers or even family members who will abuse these children and let them know that nobody is going to say the word, so I can do whatever I like. So they are abused sexually. And sometimes some of them are raped. Some of them have become sex toys to some persons because of small things, small change they will give to them to be able to take care of themselves. Sometimes the parents or the mother, the teen mother, cannot provide. Poverty will enable the child to start looking for those who can give her money, and if they ask for her body, she will not hesitate to give it out, and that will lead the child to becoming a teen mother at a young age. Family history. That's what I told you initially when we started, that some studies said that teen mothers give birth to children who will become teen. I don't know whether it's in the gene, I don't know whether it's in the DNA, I don't know whether it's psychological, but that study is still inconclusive, but to a wide range it's surfacing to be true. So it becomes a recurring factor when 3 or more persons in the family become teenage mothers. You see some of their children grow up to become teen mothers. Maybe it runs through the vein as a result of what has happened previously. And then the last I want to talk about is growing up in a disadvantaged setting to get pregnant at a young age. When a child grows up in a disadvantaged setting, why do I say disadvantaged setting? Poverty, no income, nothing to feed well with, no love, no care, no bonding, no family relationship. At the end of the day, the child goes haywire. The child starts looking for ways to satisfy his emotional deprivation, love deprivation. And where will the child find it? In the circle of men out there, whether teenagers of their age or young adults who want to take advantage of them. At the end of the day, they become teen mothers. So the person that asked this question raised 10 points that I think have led so many teen mothers to give birth to teenagers who become teen mothers too. If you have any other points, comment below the comment box and tell me more points. I'm going to run through the points again. Negative parenting, low income to take care of the child, fathers of teen mothers abandon their fatherly role, less bonding with the child, that's the 4th one. Societal look, they look for love elsewhere by the teen mothers abandoning their children to the mercy of others. They are exposed to sexual abuses. The 8th one, they seek for love. These children seek for love. The other one, their mother look for love elsewhere. Why these children, they seek for love? And then 9, family history of having people who give birth at a teenage age can be a contributing factor. Then the 3rd one, growing up in a disadvantaged setting. Let's help our children to be better children. Please, parents, if your child become pregnant at a teenage age, don't abandon them to themselves. Don't lay them off to the streets. Help them. They were naive and senseless. Help them see how they can navigate. Most times they drop out of school. Most times they become nuisance to the society. Most times they become people who end up in a way that's so. Let's be helpful to these teenagers. Parents, do your job, do your due not fall victim to becoming a teenage mother. Teenage pregnancy is not an easy thing. We'll talk about the negative effects of teenage pregnancy, effects of teenage pregnancy, either on your health or your overall being. We'll talk about it on our sex education channel. So come on board, we'll have a lot for you, parents, teenagers, well-meaning individuals. Please come along. Let's see how we can help these young boys. It's my pleasure being here.